My two sisters and I were raised by a single mom, and it was during a very difficult times in Eastern Europe where jobs were largely assigned, they were not really deserved, and gender for sure played a huge role during these assignments. Career meant to keep the job, not to progress and grow. And although we struggled, which by the way I never really fully realized back then, my mom never complained, and she managed to become very successful. She has been and always will be the best role model for me. I started my career 20 years ago in Nestle, Czech Republic. I was an intern, and I remember I immediately fell in love with the job and the Nestle culture. My first full-time job was a project management specialist, and I believe it was only about 6 months in when my boss, Dana, offered me a mission assignment in Germany. And what was supposed to be 6 months became a year and a half, and ultimately led me to get an offer from Switzerland, where I joined the global team as a customer service team lead. I spent 3 years supporting Nestle markets globally, and I would say both of these assignments in Germany and in Switzerland were completely life-changing for me, as I had the opportunity to work with so many interesting people from around the world. Our team was completely multinational, and I was able to visit so many different markets in Europe, in Asia, in Australia, and North and South America, and really learn their different ways of working, different challenges they had, and completely different cultures. And that has enriched my thinking and molded me into a person and to a leader I am today. In 2008, I moved to Canada. I was expatriated from Switzerland, assigned to focus on Zone Americas as the Director of Business Excellence. And I had absolutely amazing 4 years in that role. I've met so many interesting people across the North and South America, and I made friends for life. But then I met my future husband in Canada, and I was really ready to settle down. So in 2012, I was very happy to accept the role of Customer Service Director within Nestle Canada locally. To be honest, I never really felt like I was treated differently or had less or different opportunities as a woman until my husband and I decided to have kids. I was suddenly worried about my job and things being different when I come back, or if I would be even able to manage it. I didn't know if I could have it both, a family and a career. And I felt like I was letting Nestle and people around me down. But the worst part was when I realized that it really wasn't coming from the management or my colleagues or my team. This was completely my own anxiety, which I have later learned that many other women struggle with. And that's, in my opinion, the exact moment when we all, women and men, need to step in and help these young, talented women to risk the unknown without any fear of consequences on their careers. And that, by the way, is exactly what my boss did for me. My daughter Jessica was born in 2013. And after returning back to work, I actually got promoted to Director of Physical Logistics, which, by the way, I was not convinced I was ready for. But my boss was, and I had an amazing time in that role. Yes, sometimes it was a little tough when working with our third-party warehouse providers and carriers, I was often surrounded by mostly men and largely double my age. But we all quickly realized that we can accomplish so much more if we just, build on each other's experiences and complement each other's capabilities rather than trying to compete. Returning back to work after my second child, Joshua, was born, was for sure filled with less anxiety. I knew much better what to expect when coming back to work, but it was filled with so much more exhaustion. I won't lie to you, managing 2 toddlers and a demanding job, it wasn't easy. But I was really fortunate to have an amazing husband by my side, who is not only a big support at home for me and my family, but he's really one of my biggest cheerleaders. I can't count the times we had the conversation where I doubted myself and I thought I couldn't do something. And he was always the one who told me that I can do basically whatever I set my mind to. I also soon realized that there are no real perfect days. And if I'm doing a great job at work, then I likely am not having as much energy for what needs to happen at home, and vice versa. But I also learned to accept it, as I think I'm doing quite well in both, and most importantly, I am becoming the role model for my kids. To finish off my resume, in 2016, I became a vice president of customer service and logistics, and in 2019, I took the leadership of the customer supply chain team. As I'm telling you my story right now, I am preparing for my next exciting step on this journey, as I will be joining the global customer supply chain team as part of corporate supply chain. Working in supply chain guarantees you one thing for sure. Something unplanned or unexpected happens every single day. I've had my share of challenging moments, but I've had way many more of the positive ones. So don't hesitate to take the leap, and don't hesitate to ask for support, and just enjoy the journey because it's absolutely worth it. My little ones are now 5 and 7, and they are proudly telling everyone who listens that their mom's job is to make sure that every store has enough chocolate for every kid in Canada.